Are you ready for places? No? Are you ready for places? 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 Are you ready for places?
I'm ready for places!
Ready for places?
Ready for places!
Yeah, Miss B, are you ready for places?
I'm ready for places.
Alright, you ready for places?
I'm ready for places! Give them the best show you've ever done!
I thank you one and all, the ones who thought I'd fall, who taught me how to fail, who helped me to prevail. So I chose that quote from my director's note because I think it encapsulates the whole story of Legally Blonde, and it shows us that we can all learn something from Elle Woods, and we can learn how to fail, and we can learn how to be ourselves because she never compromised who she was.
If I had to summarize my experience in one word, it would probably be gratitude, especially being a different major. It's very scary, but once you're in the show, being around such talented people and making new friends, it's just an amazing experience that I'll never forget.
My favorite line from Legally Blonde had to be, "How's this for a personal essay?" Because I get to embody all of her attitude, her sass, just that was Pilar all over, and I loved it.
My favorite line in Legally Blonde is, "You lesbians think you're so tough." My favorite line is, "I'm taking the dog because Paulette is a strong woman."
I would describe this experience in one word as crazy because there was just so much happening. I mean, 46 people in one cast has been the most LVA's ever done in a cast, I think, at least since I've been here. And so getting all 46 people on the Loudon stage together at one time, working with each other, singing with each other, it was like insane, but it was crazy in a good way, and I loved playing my character, and it was nice to interact with everybody on stage, and I really loved it.
Okay, so Legally Blonde for me has really been my first experience with theater at all. When I was little, I did a little bit of acting, and Legally Blonde really opened my eyes up to the world of theater, both in the community and at LVA, but also within myself. I'm actually considering becoming like a theater minor.
So the most exhilarating moment in Legally Blonde, I think, was opening it. It just the energy was crazy, and we were all feeling something, it was actually real. And I loved the energy, the crowd gave into everything. It was just so fun.
One of the biggest challenges I faced were vocals. It was really hard learning the vocals, harmonies and melodies, but I feel once you learned the vocals and everyone started singing together, it sounded amazing.
The biggest challenge I faced during Legally Blonde is that I was not born a singer. The character I played, Carlos, he sings these really high notes. As soon as I saw the cast list, I was very grateful I got the part. But I told myself, all right, we got some work to do because these notes are high. That was definitely the hardest part for me.
If there was one moment that I would want to relive from Legally Blonde, it would have to be the first time we really did Legally Blonde Remix, because it felt like the first time the cast was united, and it was a really heavy moment, and it showed us the show was happening and it was going to be great.
My most memorable moment probably in the show was when Gael enters the stage for the first time right before Bend and Snap, and I do my little unbuttoning the shirt every time people laugh, so that was my favorite moment of the show, definitely.
The most memorable audience reaction that we had was, it was always during So Much Better because we did it in the aisle, so it was always really awkward making eye contact with all the parents. But there was one day when I just looked at this lady, I think she was someone's mother, I don't know, but she was just so sweet, and she was bopping, she was vibing, and I'm like, oh, someone likes it.
The time that I felt most connected with my role was during Chloe's first performance, and I really felt connected to her because she was really in the moment, and I felt that she was doing a great job, and I was really proud of her, and it was cool to see her do all of that because it was such a big role, especially for an understudy role, and just to learn it. And it was really cool to see her interact with me and follow my lead and stuff like that, but it was really cool.
So basically I'm describing a moment when you felt the most connected to your character. I think that a lot of the time Vivian is a harder person to connect to just because she's so spunky and so mean, but obviously acting you're meant to over exaggerate things, and This one, it was a little more difficult for me to find things that connected personally, but one really big scene that I loved doing, and I literally said nothing in, was the scene right before Legally Blonde, the number, walking in on Seth and Vanna doing that scene. I think that that was a great scene, especially for the audience, just to understand like how the real world is. I love the difference in the musical and the movie. I love that Elle and Vivian came back together, and I think it's a great plot point, and I love doing it.
One piece of advice I would give to someone who wants to be part of an LVA show is just to pace yourself. Being in a show like this can be very challenging if you're not managing your school, your friends, your mental health, your family. So I would say, to the best of your ability, be able to pace yourself and not get lost in the craziness of doing an amazing show.
I think the most memorable audience reaction was on closing night. It was when I proposed to Elle at the end again, and then this dude in the back, he goes, and it made the whole audience start laughing and almost made me break on stage.
I think the most memorable audience reaction of the show, respectfully and humbly, I think it was for my scene. There's a little pause where Emmett has some lines, and the person on the stand completely denies being gay. And then my character, Carlos, pops up.
You bastard!
The audience loved it every night.
The final performance was definitely an emotional performance. It was, Legally Blonde was an amazing experience for me. I know it was an amazing experience for a lot of my castmates, and going on and doing a lot of this for the last time really hits everybody in the heart, but it was an experience I'll never forget and something I'm very grateful that I got to be a part of. So if I could put it into one word, I'd say thankful. I think I felt thankful in my final performance.
So my question was, what do I think the audience's biggest takeaway of this show was? And I played the antagonist, so I guess I'm not exactly at liberty to say, but I think that the audience really felt a sense of power and a sense of connection with Elle Woods as a character. And my character was kind of the driving factor behind that in one way or another, but I think that the audience really connected with the musical.
My most memorable experience is when in Blood in the Water, we are sitting there, we are singing, and all of a sudden you hear a crack, and this falls on the floor, and Elle has to get up off of the floor, and we have to continue doing, and we're all laughing. It's hilarious. And then we filmed it.
I think the strongest sense of like teamwork and connection as a casting crew that we had was that one show where the most unpredictable things happened, but everyone kind of just came together and worked together and made it all just work out like so nicely to create still like such a good show, even in all the chaos.
It's a very scary moment. Good Thor.
Jason. If I could relive any moment, I think it would be every time I sang Legally Blonde. I just love that song. And that song, it's the most emotional thing I've ever done on stage. I've never played as vulnerable character as Elle, and I really enjoyed just like being able to be open on stage and convey an emotional story rather than just a fun, silly story. It was interesting.
Absolutely, and we got to sing it together too, which was fun.
Hey, let's interview the man behind the...
behind the camera? Oh, hey, what's up? Hello.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, you know?
Mm-hmm. How you feeling sold out show?
It's crazy, I can't believe it.
How you feeling being the lead in your first show? Not even a theater major, but you're the lead first time.
I feel honored, really, just being with all you guys. It's been such an amazing
Bro, you deserve this. You deserve this.
I'm so proud of the cast of Legally Blonde here at LVA, and I can't wait to see what you all do in the future.